A while since I've made a video, live or otherwise. I have been swamped with work, and so I decided I'd make this video really quick and to the point. So for those that are joining me, thanks for joining me, and let's go ahead and dive into what the heck is going on. So, as you guys know, I make that really cool Castle Grayskull floor for the Origins Castle, and I made an upgrade upper floor for the Classics Castle Grayskull. And everyone keeps asking me, does that work with the vintage Castle Grayskull? I get that all the time. And so someone just contacted me on eBay yet again and said, hey, is there some way you can make it for the vintage Castle Grayskull or something like it? And so I remembered I had this in a box under my table, and it's just a shell, I think, because I ended up rebuying it to compare to the size of the Origins a long time ago. So I ended up buying a castle for one purpose, and that was to see how big it was next to the Origins Castle Grayskull. And then I ended up getting oh, what do you call it? Talon Fighter. What is this part of it called? Oh, now it's going to drive me crazy. Anyway, so I could see how it fit on here. And then I went and I printed these upper floors a long time ago so I can check how the height was of the Talon Fly Fighter, not realizing I already had them. I didn't need to print them. But what I don't have is interior floors that go across here. So today I actually ordered the floors that go here in the middle so I can figure out some spacing. The snake doesn't go with this. And some other things. I have a plethora of parts here. I got 2 chairs. Wow. And so once I get my floors in the mail, it is on. It is time to start designing something for the interior of Castle Grayskull, which everyone has been asking for off and on throughout the years for quite a while. So floors are ordered. They're on their way. The original official floors, not someone's 3D printed ones. So I'll get the actual real sizes and the real way it should be shaped. And then it's time to go to work. Now, I didn't order the elevator because I didn't think that'd be part of my design anyway. I may have to get that. Let's see if I got it or not first. Oh. Yeah, I may have to order an elevator too, just in case it interferes with what I end up making. Oh. Point Dread. Hey, I remembered. Hooray. Anyway, so there you go. That's my update. Let me check out your guys' comments. See if you guys are like, hey, Hebrew, that's awesome. Or, hey, that's kind of unneeded. That was needed back in the 80s, dude. You are living in the past. So let me take a look. Oh, Hellcat 7616 says yes. Ronald says, hey, Hebrews. Point Dread, thank you. Hey, Charles. Yes. So that is my next thing. It's funny is I actually sold my custom Castle Grayskull years ago, and my first Castle Grayskull I got was from a giant order, and it didn't have this floor, it didn't have this floor, and it had this, but the chair part didn't work, and it had this, and I ended up making a little fill-in spot for the elevators that didn't have an elevator. And I remember I actually made a floor for up here that was made out of popsicle sticks. And it was funny because the floor actually went all the way. Because see this gap right here? It's pretty small. And so when you plug this in, let's see if I can get it in there. That's the printed one. Let's get the real one in there. When you plug this in, there is like this gap right here that goes from this spot right here, and it's open all the way over. So when I made mine, I made it 2 big humps that filled this area here too, and it was really cool. So who knows? Maybe I'll make a new upper floor too. I don't know. I tried to do that with Origins, but it didn't work because theirs comes out further and kind of makes it so it's not connected. But this has so much connection point here, you can easily do something. And I think I made it sit, because I made this piece too, but mine came out about right to here, the one I made. So it was actually room for a couple of figures to stand on there. And they are different heights. This is a little bit taller, but I think I made this sit on the other one. So it kind of had something to hang on to it by propping itself up on this piece that stuck way out. Because this one kind of stuck out and fanned, and this one came across and just sat right on top of it. And so it was kind of cool. She had a little storage area here for whatever, a little sleeping area for the sorceress. And then this was big enough to hold more figures on it. And then I ended up making a roof originally for mine as well out of a giant Tupperware. It wasn't really Tupperware, a big old plastic box my wife had. So it was really cool. It's the same color as the castle. Oh, nice, Charles. Charles went to choir practice. Thanks, Rob Wave. I appreciate it. All right, see you, Hellcat. Thanks for joining us. Anyway, so I'm kind of excited about what I come up with. We'll see what it is. There's a lot of differences between this and Origins, though. One is this floor is the same height as the ground it's sitting on. So the reason why I made my floors on the Origins was because it was sticking up a little bit, and so you had to step down. Now, usually I used to use a giant square chalkboard piece underneath there to be my floor. But I'll probably make something as thick as this is just to kind of lay inside there so it's not really a whole lot. Who knows? Maybe I'll make it so it actually goes inside and sits in there. I haven't decided yet how I'm going to make it. I think I might stick with the square castle. That's what I tried to do with the other one. I really like the idea of a square keep. So I may make it so it's square and not so wide, which I know kind of changes the playability aspect. If you have it like this, though, at a 45, then you can have both walls pretty easily with your square coming out and then forming the square all the way around, and that would be cool. But if you hold it this way, it's kind of weird. It feels like you're cutting this off right here, but playability, bam, right there. That is the ultimate way to play with your vintage Castle Grayskull. 90 degrees here, and then a big old square piece here. Yes, that is the plan. That is the plan. All right. Anyway, I know that I've probably jabbered on for quite a while about my cool plan, and hopefully the guy who asked you for this on eBay will see this video. Unfortunately, I can't post links on eBay unless they buy something first. So I'll tell him I've made a video. Thank you, Charles. Sorry, I missed you out of my messages laughing out loud. Well, thanks again for joining us. I appreciate it. All right, and let's see. I still have a couple seconds left before I cut the feed. That's what I got in this bag here. I got a weapons. Oh, the weapons rack I fixed. I forgot about that. I think I bought a new weapons rack since I fixed this one somewhere. That's funny. Do I have the handgun? I do have the handgun. Look at that. Maybe I'll scan in. I got two handguns. Maybe I'll scan in some of these parts and make those for people that want to have some parts that they have missing. That would be kind of cool too. All right. Well, that's all I got. And thanks, Charles. And until next time, like they say in the 1987 movie. Oh, let me get my He-Man figure over here. Oh, spin blade. Good journey. Good journey, Charles. Bye now.